Hey guys, happy Thursday. Becky Thames here live for The Drive at 5, and it is about 7 o'clock at night. And guys, I just woke up. Tonight was supposed to be my son's last baseball game, but it was actually canceled for the rain, so I came home and like super crashed on the couch, and one of my son's friends was over, so I just took him home. And so I just pulled that back up in the driveway, and I wanted to do the drive on 5 in here because it's quiet before I go inside. But listen, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Becky Thames, and I am super passionate about helping you earn your first dime online with e-commerce. And what I wanted to talk about today is how to avoid shiny object syndrome. Now, I know a lot of you that may be watching me, you're brand new, and some of you have been watching me the whole time that I've been online. But what I want to tell you guys is everywhere you turn, everywhere I turn, someone is out there trying to sell you the next flashy whistle bell, buy my thing, do this, do that. And when I was new, and so this is mostly for the new people that are watching me, when I was new, I was buying it all. I was trying to learn it all. I was trying to do it all. And yes, I'm not going to lie, there are some fancy smancy bells, whistles that make your life easier. But let me tell you guys, things change on Amazon so quickly. And what may have worked 4 years ago and what may have worked 2 years ago do not work now, or they don't work as well as some of the newer fancy smancy things. So how in the world do you decide, should I buy this, should I not buy this? So if you are trying to do e-commerce, and let me say this, I am finding, because people are contacting me, there are sometimes when I do the drive at 5, I feel like I'm way over, you can't see, way over somebody's head. Because, just today, someone sent me a message and said, why isn't my item showing up on Amazon? And so I just quickly just clicked on it, or not the item, but his picture, hey Beverly, and it said none available. Well, there's none available because the quantity is 0. And they said, well, how do I change the quantity? And I was like, okay, so I really do, I super am passionate about helping everyone earn their first dime online. So if I'm over here telling you how to maximize and optimize your listing, and some people may not even know how to do the quantity, which can be tricky, by the way, if it's fulfilled by Amazon or fulfilled by merchant, and you have to flip back and forth, and you don't know how to do that. So I'm not belittling that person in no way. I'm just saying that there's a greater need on the internet for people that want to learn how to sell on Amazon. So, hey Kathy, thanks for joining today. Hey Mike. So what I want to talk about is how to avoid that shiny object syndrome, because I did it and I gained 50 pounds in 1 year trying to learn my e-commerce business. So one thing, first of all, a lot of the programs out there are affiliate programs, which is understandable because that's the business model of the owner that's saying, hey, the more you promote, the more money you make, etc., etc. So my advice to you is know the motive behind the person that's trying to promote the product. And what I mean by that is, are they promoting everybody else's product that does the same thing every other week? Is it like the flavor of the month, so I can line my pockets with more money? And know that. Are they truthful? Is it someone that you can trust that's promoting it? I know I use a lot of free tools. I use some that are paid. And like I said, the only way that you can get them is through, and if like somebody referred you to it. Someone referred you to that thing. And I couldn't see, it's going by so fast, but someone said, why do you think your program is the best? And that's the great question. There are a ton of people that sell Amazon programs. There are a ton of people, and this is what I want you to know. one, I can get results. Two, I have results. Three, people that have followed me have gotten results. But four, I have invested in over tens of thousands of dollars into my education. And so I combined what's working in each of the trainings that I took to make my training. And I'm sorry, I couldn't see who who asked that comment. I'll have to go back and do that. Hey Val, thanks for joining. But I did just want to, jump on here and say, trust the person. If you're following a bunch of people, one, make sure that they have results. Two, make sure that they know what they're talking about. I'm seeing some people that are coming online and saying, I made, I don't know, $1 million worth of sales in a year. And I like to look at how they're selling, because if they made $1 million drop shipping, I promise you their revenue, I promise you their profit is not $1 million. I mean, some of them can make $1 million in sales and spend $990,000 on cost of goods sold, right? So that's why another reason I don't show numbers anymore, because then I heard, well, I'll tell you why I quit showing numbers. One, it's not what I can do, it's what I can teach you to do. But two, the reason I quit is because I heard that people were, that they could like Photoshop numbers and change the numbers. And I was like, this is just crazy that people would make false accusations or do whatever to change the numbers just to prove to someone that they had a lot of sales. Now, I've never seen anyone do that. I literally just heard that on the street. And I said, and I show my 1099Ks directly from Amazon. I don't show, I do have some under there. It was me, Kathy, that made the comment. We unfortunately vested in FBA stores. They had a great idea, just not honest. See, there, I don't know. I personally don't know FBA stores, Kathy. I will say I do have, unfortunately, some people that follow me that have also purchased from them, and I'm sorry, and two, because people are great marketers, they're charging $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and guys, that's a lot of money it's a lot of money for everybody. It really is, but it's what they know, and that's all they know, and they're not doing their research, and you spend the money, and it's really, really unfortunate. Actually, it makes me mad. Even with drop shipping, I learned how to drop ship for $20 when I first started. $36,000. Kathy, I am so sorry. $36,000, guys. And I don't know anything about FBA stores, so I'm not going to put their name down or their product or anything. I've just heard that they were thousands and thousands of dollars. But, if someone's paying, actually, I will say, someone purchased my program for $1,000, and they wrote me and said, Becky, I learned more in 3 weeks in your $1,000 course than I made in my I've learned in my tens of $1,000 course. So, and I don't know which program they're in, but I'll just say, guys, hey Rebecca, good to see you. I will just say, some people are like, oh my gosh, $1,000, but when you see what Kathy put it into perspective with $36,000 or $25,000 that others have spent. So just do your homework, find someone that you trust, quit chasing shiny objects. And it's easy for me to say that because I did it, but I had to draw the line. Hey, Cynthia, I had to draw the line because when I was new, Kathy, I was probably like you. It's like, oh, they're doing this over here and that over there and that over there. And when I say I learned how to drop ship for $20, it started out at $20, and then it was like, oh, well, here's something for $150, and here's something for $1,500, and here's something for $3,000. Oh, thank you. Here's something for $3,000. And so before you know it, you're in $5,000, which I have 2 master's degrees, guys, and I'm not going to lie to you, that investment into my education, and I continually invest into my education, it has paid off more than my 2 master's degrees that I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands and more than $36,000 on, right? So That's what I'm saying. I don't want to bash anyone because I've spent more, and don't get me wrong, I make good money from my master's degrees, but I make more money from my e-commerce education, from my e-commerce university that I've done as a side hustle, as a side gig, as a quit playing Candy Crush kind of thing. And that just gets me, I still get invites to all these games like, Candy Crush, and I don't even know the names of them. I try to block them, and it's like friends that play these games, but yet they don't have money to buy baseball products for their children, but they have time. It's all about decisions because, I once played Candy Crush. Education costs money. You have to invest in your future. That's right, Kathy, you do. So, I once played Candy Crush. And speaking of that, Kathy, I have someone that follows me on here, and they own 5 Papa John stores, Papa John pizza stores. And it's this franchise, and they make a lot of money, guys, but that franchise owns their family. Owns their family. I mean, she was like, I'm so sick of pizza. And maybe, I don't know. There's just so many things. And really, it disgusts me because, it's like, well, I want to learn Amazon. I want to learn eBay. And there's so many different ways to make money on Amazon. There's so many different ways to make money on eBay. And it really all comes down to you have to learn the basics. And so when I was thinking about the shiny object syndrome, I am so grateful that I started selling on eBay almost 19 years ago now. I'm so grateful that I started selling on Amazon almost 5 years ago now because I learned the basics. It's kind of like I'm learning math with an abacus instead of doing it on a calculator or doing it on a computer or having an Excel formula figure it out for me. I'm learning what's going on behind the scenes so that I can make data-driven decisions. But I had to decide. It came to a point, and it comes down to a decision, and you're going to have to do this for yourself because you're going to find yourself floundering if you're jumping over here and jumping over there and you're zigzagging and you're following 50 million people and you're over on YouTube and you're watching Facebook Lives. And while you're doing all that, and yes, I did it too, but guess what you're not doing? You're not taking action. You're not getting you're not pulling up your big girl panties and doing the work. And that's what it's going to take for you to become a successful e-commerce seller so that you can be here, or you can be in your e-commerce business 5 years from now. And I look back over my accounts of all the people that had all the hopes and the dreams, and I listen to why they want to start their e-commerce business. I really do. I listen to them. But then they quit. And I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to quit on your dreams. I don't want you to quit on your hopes. I want you to be successful in e-commerce. And that's why I go live on the Drive at 5 every day. And so for the new people that are tuning in, my name's Becky Thames. I'm super, super passionate about helping you earn your first dime online with e-commerce. Nikki says, kind of like learning how to cashier on a regular cash register, not a computer one. That's right, Nikki. I've never been. Well, yeah, I was back in college. I worked at Staples for like a hot minute, but I didn't like it. Hey, Carla, thanks for joining. But yeah, so and they didn't have a computer when it was an old-fashioned cash register too. But yeah, it's kind of the same difference. So what I ended up having to do, because there were so many things coming at me, and remember, I still only do my Amazon business part-time. So I had to decide that I don't care what came out, what new bell, whistle, glitter, whatever. Kathy, I'm not driving. I'm sitting parked in my yard. I'm parked in my yard. I'm not driving, but thank you. And that's another thing I'm going to tell you. Because I'm full-time, or because I'm part-time and I work full-time, I started the Drive at 5, meaning I was going to drive home and talk to you on my way home. Well, what happened is I get so excited and so passionate, I didn't even try it. I knew that I couldn't realize and talk. I couldn't talk and drive. So now I just sit parked in the car, and sometimes I can't sit parked in the car and drive and talk either. But no, I'm not driving. I'm literally sitting in my driveway. Or usually I'm sitting in the driveway at work, but right now I'm sitting in my driveway at home with the air conditioner on because it rained today. But what you have to do is you have to decide that you are not going to buy any more bells and whistles or anything that comes out. And I remember the year that I decided that, and oh my gosh, I thought I was going to go insane because so many new things came out. I mean, even my own mentor that I learned from launched this amazing course, and everybody was talking about how great it was going to be and how it was going to make their e-commerce life easier and better, and I wanted it so bad, but I said I made a decision. I'm not going to buy one thing, because what I found is that a lot of the things that I did purchase, I didn't watch them. So I made it a point that I was going to go back and watch every single thing, and I took 1 year that I did not buy anything. Well, guess what happened? Guess what happened? That next year, and I did have major FOMO, right? We've talked about FOMO before, fear of missing out. I had some major FOMO going on that year. But guess what? I survived. And not only did I survive, I thrived. And so what happened? It worked in my favor the very next year. That new program came out new and improved, and so I bought it that year, and it didn't, well, not even a better deal. It was more expensive, but it had even more bells and whistles, right? And so I'm so great. And sometimes you have to step back and do that, and you're like, I'm gonna have some major FOMO, and I know these other marketers aren't telling you this, right? I mean, I'm learning how to market, but I'm telling you what they're doing to you. And it's not that they're doing it to you per se, it's the natural buy cycle. It's how we think. It's psychological. And I do it, you do it, everybody does it. So anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you today. Just take action on what you have. You can do it. You can really do it. And if you've started and stopped in the past, if you stopped, started, stopped, started, and I see this by one of the questions that I asked on my Facebook post is, who, just show me a gift describing your e-commerce journey, and it's like a roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. And oh, you know what? I got on a Fitbit, so I probably got like 5 steps doing that. That's not cool, right? I need to put my hand down. Anyway, that's funny. I laugh at myself sometimes. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. I hope you all have an amazing day. If you feel that your e-commerce business is going up, down, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're in shiny object syndrome hell, SOSH, then comment on this video, send me a message, let me know, and then I'll help you come up with a plan of how not to chase shiny objects anymore. Hope you have an amazing Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow on The Drive at 5. Becky Thames signing off. Bye.